You know what I really miss? If you were ever like a teenage girl or had a teenage sister during that time, you probably played Mystic Messenger. Mystic Messenger is literally one of those games where you just had to be there. That game was so fucking crazy. I feel like Love and Deep Space wants to be Mystic Messenger, but I think it's kind of missing that charm. So if you don't know about Mystic Messenger, it was this Korean otome game. In that dating game, it worked like a messaging system. It was kind of like a visual novel, but it was made like a chat room. So it had those boys and you were like in this group chat with them, and there was like a plot thing going on, but they were basically sending you messages and you could like pick things to reply with. There was like this whole overarching plot and you could choose different pathways for different boys, stuff like that. Some of them were really dark by then. There were like 3 really normal characters and then 2 really weirdly dark ones, and I think they added more later on. Like it was either like really casual or like extremely deep and kind of disturbing. One of them just straight up goes crazy and kidnaps you. And that was my favorite one, by the way. He was my favorite guy. The one who just kidnaps you. How am I not surprised? It was so funny because his cat, he was obsessed with his cat, and then his cat goes missing, and he goes so insane over his cat going missing. He loses his mind, and he locks you in his apartment so that he doesn't lose you too, like how he lost his cat. He was literally just broken by grief, guys, okay? Large in the criminal. He was rich. Okay, out of all the boys, he was the most appealing because he was really rich and he always wore a suit. And I don't know, he was such a gentleman, you know? But then he was secretly psychotic, which was kind of funny. The other guy was just kind of annoying. One of them kept trauma dumping at me. Another one was too vain, like he was obsessed with himself. And the last guy played League. He was literally a League player. That was like his whole personality, so obviously I didn't want to date him. And believe it or not, out of all the Mystic Messenger boys, he was somehow the most normal one, even though he quite literally kidnaps you. And so the best thing is about that game that it had like timed events. It had like timed events, so then they would message you at certain times of day. So you had to wait. It was a mobile game, right? So they would only message you at specific times, and there wasn't really much to do outside of those times in the game. So you had to like be there when they wanted you, okay? And most of the times were normal, but they would sometimes talk to you at 5 a.m. Not even sometimes, they would always have a 5 a.m. message or call scheduled. The 5 a.m. conversations were obviously like the most deep ones, so you did not want to miss them. So I would be there, I would be ready. I would be ready to talk to the boys at 5 a.m. And it's so funny because they would just start trauma dumping on you. And I'm like, I'm 14 years old. Sir, like he would be messaging you at 5 a.m. telling you how he misses his last girlfriend, and I'm like, sir, I am 14 years old. Sir, I have school tomorrow. They would call me during class, and I would have my phone out. I'm like, hold up, I gotta talk to my Korean boyfriend. And it's so funny because a lot of girls played it at the time. Like we all collectively just had alarms set for the times when they're supposed to call you and shit like that. The grip Mystic Messenger had on girls at the time. That's why I'm telling you, like when Love and Deep Space came out, I was like, yeah, they want to be Mystic Messenger. They want to be Mystic Messenger, but I don't know. They overdid it with the weirdness. I know this one guy kidnaps you, but I swear other than that, it was like fairly tame. Choose criminal or League player. That sounds like a red flag kind of guy. The League or the League guy or the kidnapper guy?